And a very good morning from Universal's Islands of Adventure. You're watching Adventure Planet, where the Florida trip continues at a park that began construction all the way back in 1995, originally to be called Cartoon World before being changed to Islands of Adventure and opening in May 1999. Of course, it wasn't just this park that opened, it was the whole of City Walk as well, into that huge expansion of the Universal Orlando Resort. There's 5 roller coasters here set across 8 themed areas and 110 acres. Park hours today are 9 a.m. through until 9 p.m. and I cannot wait to get back on rides like Hagrid's and Velocicoaster here. 2 absolutely awesome coasters. Unfortunately, yet again, same story with this trip. Lots of storms in the area, and to be honest, the day hasn't really started very well either. We have already had a pretty serious downpour first thing this morning, so hopefully those storms are going to hold off as long as possible. We'll see how the day goes. Let's go. And here we are then, through those entrance turnstiles into the very first area of the park, port of entry, and it's such a great welcoming area this, isn't it, with all of the buildings. There's so much to look at, little shops to go in. You've got the Pharaoh's Lighthouse, of course, which you saw in the background of the opening clip. And then this huge signage here with the Adventure Begins. I mean, it just looks awesome. Such great detailing in this area. Really kind of builds the excitement and the hype for your day coming up. Fudge and candy off to the right. And in terms of queue times, currently it's about a 60-minute wait for Hulk. You're looking at 70 minutes for Hagrid's. Actually, 70 minutes for Hagrid's isn't too bad. You can always use that as a little bit of a judge as to how busy the park is going to be. But yeah, look at all these buildings here. Islands of Adventure Trading Company. It's just a beautiful area, isn't it? The little water features. Got the Christmas shop over there with the snow on. Oh, and all the music and everything around here. All the little stalls. It is a beautiful area, this. Part of me just wishes it went on for a little bit longer, do you know what I mean? All the big chains hanging down. I tell you what, Universal really do kind of entrance plazas really well to their parks. Port of entry, and obviously the Epic Universe vlog stepping into obviously Celestial Park. Check out that 2-part vlog if you've not already done so, where I visited Epic Universe on opening day for the very first time. And then at this point in the park, obviously you've got a decision to make. You can take a right turn down towards Dr. Seuss, or you can take a left towards Marvel's Superhero Island. Now usually if you want to ride Velocicoaster or Hagrid's, you'd take the right. But I'm going to take a left. Yeah, we'll start off in Marvel's Superhero Island, why not? Get a ride on the Hulk. Oh, look at it. Absolute beast, isn't it? Of course, you can join single rider for this as well, so hopefully I can cut some of that 1-hour queue out. And there he goes. Into that 0G roll. Launched out of the station. I'm just walking into people here trying to follow it. Sorry. Oh, absolute beast of a coaster. Wow. And again, much like Kraken at SeaWorld, it's your old school B&M, rough and ready. Gives one hell of a ride. I just like, there's no empty spots in this park. Do you know what I mean? You come straight from port of entry, take a left and bang, you're in Marvel Superhero World with all of this theming around, all the colors, the vibrancy. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? You got a little flat ride down here as well, Storm Force Acceleratron, little teacup style ride. Yeah. Manufactured by Mack Rides. Oh, there he goes. Love the sound effect. Oh, it's great. Here it comes. Such a good ride. Such a good ride. It's quite busy around here, actually. People obviously coming down to make Hulk their first ride of the day. I love this statue of him here as well. Just about to throw the car. All right, like I say, it's currently a 60-minute wait. Let's see how long we wait in single rider, the Incredible Hulk. I've just had my ride on the Incredible Hulk coaster then. 60 minutes advertised, waited in single rider for 90 minutes. Although to be fair, that was due to 60 minutes of downtime thanks to a massive storm that rolled through. Absolutely threw it down, lightning, thunder, the full works. I thought there's no point in leaving because all the other outside queues were closed. I didn't actually expect that it was going to take that long. So yeah, 60 minutes of downtime due to a storm, waited a total of 90 for a back row ride. Oh, I tell you what, that was riding pretty rough, to be honest. It's an absolutely fantastic ride. It's an original here in the park, opened in 1999. There was a massive refurb that took place over the 2015-2016 season, where most of the track was replaced, onboard audio was brought in, there was a lot of extra queue line detailing added, but yeah, I mean, obviously you're talking, you know, the best part of 10 years ago that was all done. The onboard audio wasn't working on the back row either, which was a bit of a shame, but it's a proper old school B&M this. You expect it to be rough and ready. 7 inversions, 67 miles an hour, and I'll tell you what, the launch out of the station here into that 0G roll, and then this section across the lake with the Cobra roll, the vertical loop behind me, it is still absolutely brilliant. I love it. It's fantastic. And as mentioned earlier, definitely don't miss out on Stormforce Acceleratron either. Opened a year after the park in 2000. Little Mac Rides teacups. And it's good fun this, nice and whippy. Oh, someone's lost their bag. Secure all loose articles. I tell you, I've always loved this facade to cotton candy here with the Silver Surfer. It looks great. Love the colours on that. Little photo opportunity off to the left there. Fantastic 4. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't think that it was absolutely hammering down just an hour ago. All the pathways dried up again. It's not done much to cool the cool the temperatures down very much, I'll tell you that. As we got just off to the left, Dr. Doom's Fearful. Yeah, probably come back and ride that a little bit later on, although actually, does that say 5 minutes or is it 85 minutes? I think it might just be 5 minutes. Oh, I'll jump on now then, why not? Dr. Doom's Fearful. Pair of S&S shot towers. An interesting thing about this is back when the park was going to be actually built, this was originally going to be a drop tower in the style of the old Demon drop rides, but they had actually finished making those. They had come to the end of their life, so they were replaced with a pair of S&S shot towers. It's a pretty good ride, this. Little pop of airtime at the top, good views over the park, and you know what, for 5 minutes, you can't go wrong. And waited just 5 minutes in the single rider then for Dr. Doom's Fearful. And you know what, I do quite like those. They don't quite have the kick that they used to have. However, they're still pretty good rides. I just wish that they were taller. They're only 185 feet. Would have been nice if they were just a little bit taller to really give you those views over the park. But they're still fantastic though. Nice little pop of airtime at the top of the ride as well. Both towers in operation today. Hey. There goes that left side. Love the facade to it as well. It looks great. And look at this. Wait time's gone up from 5 minutes to 40. So I think I've timed that just about right. And more of those great facades continue here in Marvel Superhero Island. It does look great. Huge Wolverine just off to the right there. Look at him. All the stores around here. You've got the Five and Dime just to the left. And of course, another signature attraction for this area, The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, a 3D track dark ride. Join the single rider for this as well. Yeah, it's a good ride this, another Park original, currently on a 35-minute wait. I'm starting to feel a few more spots of rain as well, so maybe we've got another storm coming in, so this might be a good call. Let's join the single rider. And waited just 15 minutes then in the single rider line, shaved off 20 minutes as we're about to board. Hey, here we go. I'll see you when I come off. And waited just 15 minutes then in the single rider line for The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, manufactured by Oceaneering International. And you know what? I actually really like that. It's a 3D track dark ride, and I much prefer it over Transformers 4D, purely because in between the scenes, the transitions, there's more to look at. There's more kind of practical props. Not huge, it's still very screen heavy, but there's just more to see in those transitions. You've also got the water effects in there, the fire effect as well, and it's quite a fun storyline. Yeah, really do enjoy that. Gonna make my way further through the area now then, over to Toon Lagoon. And right opposite Spider-Man then, if you come down this yellow path, you come to this absolutely awesome viewpoint here, where you can see a lot of the islands here on Islands of Adventure. There goes Velocicoaster. Oh, fantastic, what a coaster that is. And to the left of that, you can just about see Toon Lagoon. And then of course you've got the Wizarding World of Harry Potter there with the castle and Hogsmeade. Just to the right of that, you've got the Lost Continent. That's obviously the huge restaurant Mythos. And then if you follow that around, you can see Seuss's Landing there, and you also get some great views of the Hulk here as well, the massive Cobra roll. Yeah, some great photo opportunities to be had here. You can get a similar view from my ship, the Olive. You can just kind of see behind the trees there, but yeah, I think this is a great view as well. Right across the lake, gorgeous. And here we go then, back into Marvel Superheroes Island proper. As we start to come towards the end of the area, more of those awesome facades around. Looks great, doesn't it? Haven't seen very many characters out today. Yeah, usually you see some of the heroes that you can have your photos taken with, but yeah, no, I haven't seen any today. Some amazing facades. I really do love The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man as well. It's a great ride. Worth noting actually, if you've never ridden it before, definitely join the main queue so that you can kind of appreciate some of that queue line theming and some of the videos that get played. There's a very cool ride model in there as well, one of the ride vehicles, which looks really nice. Talking of things that are really nice, I love this manhole cover that's coming up here. The detail on it is great. Looks fantastic. Here we are. Yeah, love all that. That's brilliant. Really nice. As we head on up now then into Toon Lagoon. Here we go, and to be honest, we've lost a lot of time due to that storm earlier, so I think what I'm going to do is grab myself some lunch from the Comic Strip Cafe. Yeah, why not? Not a bad place to stop for food, that. And in terms of queue times across the park at the moment, Hagrid's is right up there at the top again, currently on a 150-minute wait. Whew. Yeah, 2.5 hours. And the thing is that's not a ride that tends to ease off the later on through the day it goes. It's always busy, that ride. Your best bet is to head straight for that on opening. Get down here for 9 o'clock and just head straight there. I do love this area though, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? That, you know, very comic strip look, I love it. Here we are then, the Comic Strip Cafe. Let's go and get some food. And here we are in the Comic Strip Cafe then, where I've ordered myself a Tuscan chicken sandwich combo. And that looks delicious, doesn't it? You've got the fries on there, grilled chicken, and of course it comes with the Coke Zero as well as part of the combo deal. And this came to $21, but I tell you what, the amount of time I was waiting for it to be actually served this, I think they may have actually shipped it from Tuscany itself. It took forever, almost 20 minutes for it to come out, so I'm absolutely starving. Gonna get this down me, and then we'll explore some more of Toon Lagoon. And after enjoying that grilled chicken sandwich, then I made my way back out of the Cobbett Strip Cafe, and I'll tell you what, I just love this area of the park. All the theming around and the movement and everything. Look at this guy that's crashed through the wall on his broomstick. Yeah, it's just a lot of movement here. You got this thing here that kind of rotates around. You got Betty Boop off to the left. You got all the water around. It's just great. It's one of those areas that just doesn't ever feel tired, you know, even though it's been here for a long time now. One of my favorite areas of the park, this. Just takes so many great photos. And yeah, when everything's working, like all these water effects and everything, it really is great. That huge sandwich on the left. These guys on the cactus. There we are. There is Blondie's. Not quite sure I'd have that fish in my sandwich, but still, you know. Yeah, it's just great, all the colours and stuff down here. Sweet Haven, and of course, home to 2 water rides. Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat barges, and of course, Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls. Both of them original rides, and both of them absolute soakers. And both of them almost 6 minutes in length as well. And there goes Popeye's. Oh, look at it around here. It always just looks so, so good. You got Wimpy's on the ride as well. Really, really nice food in there. Do recommend the chicken tenders. Absolutely amazing. Oh, just had my sandwich, but I could actually have some chicken tenders from there as well. Got the dryers off to the right. Yeah, I just really do like this area. I think it's lovely.
And we get to Jurassic World.
And then of course we got me ship, the Olive. There we are. And if you come down this way, just off to the right, there's a little bridge here where you can see one of the worst culprits to get you absolutely soaked on Popeyes. Oh, but having said that, it's not on. Ah. Oh, there we are. Usually you get a huge amount of water that just gushes out of this pipe here. And it's not on. Well, that's lowered Popeye's rapids down from a 10 out of 10 soaker to probably somewhere in the region of a, I don't know, maybe a 7 or 8. Don't get me wrong, you still get very wet on other effects. But yeah, that's definitely the main one right here. I wonder if they're just having some trouble with it because it's the perfect day for it to be on. Hey. Hey. I wondered if we get a wave. Ah, it's a shame that's not on. Always entertaining to watch that. And you get some amazing views of Velocicoaster here as well. Like I said, just past me ship the Olive. Great views of the top hat, that 100-foot long stall. And then the Mosasaurus roll right over the lake. My second favorite Intamin coaster in the world. Right underneath Maverick. Hey. Oh, I cannot wait to get back on that. And again, some other good views from down here as well. You see the Sky Ride trolley over the back there? Or Sky High trolley as it's called. And again, just a nice place to relax here. There's no outlet through here though. You do have to go back past me ship the Olive to get out. Just thought I'd show you the great views that you can get from Velocicoaster here. Oh, operations look good today as well, sending those trains out fast. Incredible. What a coaster that is. And as mentioned, it's not just that main effect that gets you absolutely soaked on Popeye and Bluto's bilge wrap barges. It's here as well. People on me ship the Olive enjoy using the water cannons to get you absolutely soaked. And you move through there pretty slowly as well, so yeah, you can get quite wet. All good fun though. And here we are, the second soaker of Toon Lagoon. Then it is, of course, Dudley Do-Ride's Ripsaw Falls. I do want to do one of these, either Popeye's or Dudley's. I think I'd like to do Dudley's this visit. Popeye's is currently on a 75-minute wait, which is a lot longer than I'm willing to wait. Just wanted to come down and see what Dudley Do-Ride's is here. Love the signage for this. It's great, isn't it? This is on a 65-minute wait as well. It's a long time. I do want to do a water ride today though, as it is really, really hot. Maybe I'll come back a little bit later on when the queue time's dropped off a little bit. Yeah, and a 65-minute wait is just a little bit too long for me at the moment. Maybe I'll come back and get it a little bit later. I'll keep an eye on the queue times. I would like to do this today. You don't get quite as wet on here as you do on Popeye's, but you do still get pretty wet. And actually this ride really does look a lot better than it has done over the past several years. They kind of refreshed all the theming up on here, repainted a few things, and it looks a lot better than it did. And yeah, I haven't ridden this in probably 3 years now, I think. So I would like to get back on it today. Yeah, if you're sat in the front of the boat, these things can hit you. Oh, it's a great ride, this. Beautiful day for it as well. And I've made my way over to Skull Island now then, which is the newest of the areas here at Islands of Adventure, opening back in 2016, along with this, Skull Island Reign of Kong. And this is good to see, isn't it? The outside section is now back open. Hey, there you go. Manufactured by Oceaneering International, it is a track dark ride. And look at the facade for this, it's so impressive, isn't it? What a shame the rest of the ride isn't. I mean, yeah, I remember when I saw all this going in, I thought, oh, it's going to be incredible. And unfortunately, yeah, it is a little bit of a disappointment. It's very screen heavy. There is a great animatronic at the end, but yeah, not really my favorite ride this. I wouldn't recommend waiting any more than 20 minutes. 45 currently listed. However, there is a single rider queue for this. Love the flame effects up here. So yeah, I will get on. I'll see how long I wait in single rider. Ah, a lovely member of staff there just caught me about my Cedar Point t-shirt. The staff are great here at Universal, they really are. Yeah, if you want to join the single rider queue, basically join the main queue and it kind of branches off a little bit down. Hopefully I'm not going to wait any longer than 10 minutes or so for this, because it's really not worth that. But if you've not done it before, it is worth doing just for that ending animatronic alone. It is very impressive. And waited just 10 minutes in the single rider queue then for Skull Island Reign of Kong, which actually isn't too bad at all. But after all of that, we didn't even use the outside section. I don't know what happened, but we just completely bypassed it, even though you saw from the footage earlier that it is actually back in action. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. The scale of that ride is quite impressive, I'm not going to lie. From the ride vehicles themselves, to the screens, to that ending animatronic. It's just the storyline of it and what happens during the ride. It just doesn't grip me at all. It's very much like the Fast and Furious Supercharged moment for me, really. The final scene, or the penultimate scene before the animatronic, where the screens are kind of wrapped right around the ride vehicle with the battle between Kong and the T-Rex, that's quite engaging. That's not too bad. There's some good movement on there. But yeah, otherwise, it's just not my favorite ride here at the park. I really have tried to love it. And the outside of the ride, the facade, and all this theming that you can see around here at the entrance signage is fantastic. I just feel really let down by the ride itself, to be honest. And Skull Island is obviously a very, very small area of Islands of Adventure, pretty much just consisting of Reign of Kong, as I make my way into the Jurassic Park area now then, with Thunder Falls Terrace. Nice restaurant just off to the left there, selling barbecue ribs, raptor wings, rotisserie chicken, pork pernil, whatever that is, never had that before. Salads, rice bowls, and pork and cheese nachos. Yeah, sounds really nice. You also get your beers and wines in there as well. And mobile food and drink ordering is also supported. Hey, there he is. He's feeding her to him. Oh, that's fantastic. And here we go as we head down towards rides such as Velocicoaster, the Jurassic Park River Adventure, and the Tranodon Flyers are down here as well, which unfortunately I cannot ride as a single adult. You need to have a child to go on that, as the suspended coaster that you can just kind of see through the trees there. Yeah, it's a credit that I don't have. It still eludes me to this day. Maybe I'll have a child just so I can ride that. I'll scrub that out in the edit. Jurassic Outfitters just to the left as well. It's busy in here at the park today. There's a few school trips. But again, great atmosphere, as you always get with the Universal parks. And park hours all the way through till 9 o'clock as well, which is great. And the rain is starting to come down again, actually. We'd had a little bit of a downpour while I was waiting for Kong, and I'm just feeling it start to come down again a little bit now, as we've got the River Adventure just off to the left. Might hop on here if it's not too bad. They do have single rider for this as well. Let's see how long we wait. Oh, it's currently a weather delay. Okay, so we've got storms in the area again. Wow, look at the queue for this. Oh dear. Yeah, I thought it was looking a little bit ominous again. I imagine all the outdoor rides are again closed here. Storms are in the area again today. I'll tell you what, I've really not been lucky with the weather on this trip. So much wasted time due to the weather. But we'll carry on making our way around. Maybe we'll come back to that a little bit later on. Raptor encounter just off to the left, if you want to meet a dinosaur. Oh, and there's the beast. Just through there, it is Velocicoaster. Oh, no doubt down due to the weather, but yeah, we'll hang around and see if that opens. Get some pizza off to the left. Definitely going to make sure I get my ride on Velocity today. Not missing out on that. And oh dear, yes, as you can just start to hear the thunder in the background, all of the outside rides are closed due to the weather. Hopefully it's a storm that'll bypass pretty quickly. We'll wait and see. And while the storms are still in the area then, all the rides here are still closed. Although I have just seen Flight of the Hippogriff and the Incredible Hulk send out a couple of empty trains. So hopefully they're testing them, ready to reopen again real soon. But I'm still going to maximize my time as best I can here. So I'm going to make my way away from Velocicoaster over to the Lost Continent. And then we'll head on over to Hogsmeade and get a ride on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Yeah, absolutely. And then we'll come back here and the coasters are back open, which I'm sure won't be long. It's not looking too ominous in the sky now. I think the threat of the storms has passed. Clouds are breaking up a little bit, but of course they're not allowed to operate any of the outside rides here if there's any kind of lightning within 1 mile of the resort. So yeah, safety is always paramount in this type of situation. So we'll come back here a little bit later on. And here we are at the Lost Continent then. I thought I'd come over to the start of the area. No, what's happened to his flame effect? Ah, he looks great when he's got the flame going. Good photo op that. Yeah, I thought I'd come round to the start of the area then, just to kind of have a quick film through this area, because to be honest, there's not really anything here anymore. It is an exceptionally well-themed area. I mean, look at Mythos. 10 times winner of the best theme park restaurant in the world. And the facade is absolutely incredible, isn't it? Look at that. Really is fantastic. And then right opposite that, you did have Poseidon's Fury That's been gone for some time now. It was a special effects walkthrough, and the facade on that as well is so impressive. But it's been empty for some time. This is where you used to have the Poseidon's Fury signage here. And yeah, it's still sitting completely empty. There was rumors that it was going to be replaced with a Zelda ride or Zelda attraction of some kind, obviously the computer game. But whether that's going to happen here now that Epic Universe is open and we've kind of seen hints of Zelda and Link and Hyrule being associated with that park, I'm not so sure about it coming here anymore. So it'll be interesting to see what actually happens to this building. It's a huge show building. It's a shame for it to still be left empty. I'm really not too sure why they closed that. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't anything to do with budgetary constraints or anything like that. It was such a fun walkthrough, really good. Comment below if you ever managed to go in Poseidon's Fury. You know, the treasures of Poseidon just through here. And a Fire Eater's Grill just down here on the left as well. That's absolutely lovely, that is. If you like a bit of spice to your food. This facade looks really nice as well. Well, this is quite new. Bit of signage for How to Train Your Dragon on the top there. Hey, there he is. That's pretty cool. Hey, King Julian's out. There he is. Hey, got some of the meet and greets going. And yeah, of course, the other attraction that they used to have in this area was the 8th Voyage of Sinbad. And that's been closed for a long time now as well. Again, just an empty stage. And that used to be located just down here to the right. Delicious kebabs. But as much as there's not really anything here anymore apart from shops and food units, like I say, it is really well themed. All the lanterns around, all the music. It does look great. I mean, look at this. Talking water fountain still here. Hey! Not going to get too close to that. Yeah, it looks like the 8th Voyage of Sinbad has been proper blocked off now with planting and everything down the back here. When I last visited in 2023, I did actually go behind there and had a look at the empty stage, and it's all still there. All the props are still there. I mean, if they had all the actors and the showmen in, they could literally just reopen it. Everything is still there, or at least it was in 2023. Yeah, it's just a shame that there's not really much there to see anymore. In better news though, the Hogwarts Express is back open. Hey, it was closed when I visited Universal Studios the other day. That's now back open, so if you want your transport between the two parks, 35-minute wait for that one. As we head on over into Hogsmeade. Here we go. I'm sure the rides have got to be back open by now. Got good breaks in the cloud, blue skies. As we enter Hogsmeade, I'm going to head straight over and get a ride on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey though, of course. Great photo op with the Express there. And welcome to Hogsmeade. And as mentioned in the Universal Studios vlog, we've now got 3 Wizarding Worlds of Harry Potter now. Obviously with the new park over in Epic, the Ministry of Magic. And of course we've got Diagon Alley over at Universal Studios that we visited the other day. And then Hogsmeade here at Islands of Adventure. And I think this is my favourite one, to be honest. I just love all the snow on the buildings and things like that. Like I said in the Epic Universe vlog, 1920s Paris is kind of a little bit lost on me, because I've never really seen the Fantastic Beasts films. Diagon Alley is good. I like all the kinetics in that area. And the kind of dark area where Borgin and Burke's is, that's great. But no, I think Hogsmeade is my favourite. Everything that goes on behind the windows and everything, all the interactives, if you've got your magic wand, it's great. And in the restrooms here, just off to the left, you hear Moaning Myrtle. Which is a little bit off-putting actually when you're sat on the toilet, but there we are. Yeah, it looks like Flight of the Hippogriff is now open. But like I say, I'm going to stick with the plan and get a ride on the Forbidden Journey. Let's go. And there is Hogwarts in all its glory. And it still looks absolutely incredible, doesn't it? Unfortunately, however, this is what happens when all the outdoor rides close. It's now 60 minutes for the Forbidden Journey. This was 15 before the storms came in. But it does feature single rider this, so we'll take full advantage of that. Got to put everything in a locker, and then we'll join the queue. Let's see how long we wait. Oh, what an absolute result for single rider there on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Right the way through, no waiting, no one there at all, straight on the ride. And you know what? I think I actually prefer Forbidden Journey to Battle at the Ministry over at Epic Universe. And the reason for that is just all the props and the animatronics on the ride. You know, the Whomping Willow, the Dementors, the spiders. It's just kind of interspersed with screens. Whereas Battle at the Ministry was very screen heavy in my opinion. This is a perfect mix. Love the music, love the story in there. It really is fantastic. And obviously the queue line is really well detailed as well, especially if you don't get on the single rider line. If you get on the single rider line, you don't really see much at all, which is usually the case for that. But yeah, really is an impressive ride this. You've also got Flight of the Hippogriff just behind me here. That's a Vekoma family coaster, which is currently on a 40-minute wait. A little bit longer than I'm willing to wait for one of those. And some off-ride shots there then of Flight of the Hippogriff as I make my way back into Hogsmeade. That ride opened back in 2000, actually until 2008 it was known as the Flying Unicorn, and then that ride closed along with this entire area ready for its refurbishment into Hogsmeade, opening in 2010. Yeah, this whole area used to be known as Merlinwood back in the day. Did anyone visit it when it was that? That feels like a long time ago now. Actually, it was quite a long time ago, to be honest. We go down and take a look at the queue time for Hagrid's now then, which is just off to the left. It was experiencing a slight delay earlier. Last time I saw the queue time for this, it was on 90 minutes, which for Hagrid's isn't too bad. It's now back up to 150. Ouch, that's a long time. And I've made my way back over to Jurassic World Velocicoaster then, where it's currently a 60-minute wait for the regular queue. However, single riders has just opened up, so I'm going to jump on that. Hopefully I won't be waiting too long. And I waited just 15 minutes in the single rider queue for Velocicoaster then, and I'll tell you what, that ride is absolutely outrageous. It really, really is. Had a back row on there, and the whip and the ejector airtime you get across that layout is actually pretty savage. Love the first launch, nice and snappy, 0 to 50 in 2 seconds, straight into the first half of that layout where you've got some great kind of twists and turns, great bits of ejector airtime in there as well. Again, like I say, on the back, you got some dinosaurs and bits of theming around if you're lucky enough to actually see them as you're whizzing through that layout. You then come into that rolling launch, which shoots you from 40 to 70 in 2.4 seconds, straight into that 155-foot top hat. I got to be honest, I think I do prefer the front of the train for that ride, purely for those views, especially from up on that top hat. You get some great views across the park. You then come down into that 100-foot long stall. You got some more turnaround, some more back banking element. You go around twice, pass close to Hogsmeade into that final inversion, the Mosasaurus roll, inversion 4 of 4 on that ride, and that is the best inversion on the ride. It really is fantastic. Speeds of 70 miles an hour, manufactured by Intamin, that one, and you've got obviously that really nice comfortable lap bar. The trains are really comfortable themselves as well. They look the part. It's an absolutely fantastic ride. My second favorite Intamin coaster anywhere in the world. Come down now to Seuss's Landing, which is the final area of the park to check out now then here at Islands of Adventure. So let's go take a look. And here we are in the final area of the park then, Seuss's Landing. All based on the works of Dr. Seuss, so you can expect some wacky, weird and fun stuff in here. Get your moose juice off to the right. And actually, queue times in this area aren't too bad at the moment, just 10 minutes. For the trolley ride, yeah, the high in the sky Seuss trolley. And again, this is another area with all kind of the, you know, nice artwork and nice bits of theming around and really colourful and stuff, you know. Little houses, little photo ops down there as well. Here we are, just 10 minutes. Yeah, we get a ride on the trolley, why not? Get some good views from up here. Oh, and the wackiness begins in this queue line. You got all the artwork on the walls and everything. And the good thing about Seuss's Landing, it's one of those areas here at Islands of Adventure that kind of filters out towards the end of the day. Look at all this movement up here. So yeah, if you want a little bit of a quieter time, top tip would be to come down here a little bit later on in the day. You can find queue times much more manageable then, because queue times for this, especially the trolley ride, can get quite high. And no waiting at all for the trolley then. Here we go. Number 4.
We're now boarding train number 4. Please remove all hats, place all bags and belongings on the floor. All aboard. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Boys and girls, I hope you're all set. Let's take a ride with the Seuss alphabet. Oh, sure, we've got A's and B's just like you. But we might have a few extra ones, too. Now, A is for apple, as everyone knows. Too bad we don't happen to have some of those. But look out for B. A bodacious blue bubble. And bumblebees buzzing won't cause you much trouble.
Got very interesting audio on this ride.
Please stop.
Definitely more about the views than anything else.
The Circus McGurkus Big Top.
Hey.
And D, that's a breeze. How about the daring young lad on the flying trapeze? Does anyone's name here start with D? Like Data or David or Dingus McGee?
There's one fish, two fish.
E is for everyone under the sun. F is for friends who are all having fun. G is for green, but we'll get to that. H is for what tops that silly old cat? That's right, the hat on the cat. Or maybe just for the old hip, hip, hooray! Yeah, you can do it. Say hip, hip, hooray! Good for you. We could do that all day. I is for icing on top of a cake. And J is for jumping right into a lake. At the new Magoo Zoo, you'll find King Kuchu lording it all over K and L too. When you come down the road, did you happen to see a sign for a village called MNOP?
Oh, Velocicoaster.
O is for opposite.
Stunning.
North and south going Zaxes.
Right over the lake. It's a great ride, this.
In their traxes. P is for perfect. A day at the beach. Q is for quick. Look, that must be a sneetch. Now back to G. Why? For green eggs and green ham. I really like them, I do, Sam, I am. R is for roundabout. Now you can see we're heading for Sneechtown with S and a T. Uncle Ub's umbrella is a triple for you. And he just might throw in his underwear, too. V is for the visitors here on vacation. Here to see us from many great nations. W is for why does this ride have to end? We wish to ride more. So please tell us when. X, Y, Z, where the riding gets tough. Z is for zero, for the chance we won't say that our ride through Seuss Landing was the best of the day.
And that's the whole alphabet, and that's the ride.
Hooray!
Please release.
And some on-ride footage there then from the High in the Sky Seuss trolley train ride. I love that movement right at the entrance as well. It's really nice. Right opposite that, there she is, Gertrude McFuzz. Fine feathered finery there. Oh, I love all the workings of Dr. Seuss. It's quite fun. Well, some of the nice bits are moving around. You've got a beautiful ice cream shop just to the right here, selling all your sundaes. I've had the banana split sundae from there before, and it really was nice. Absolutely beautiful. Got the main cafe here in the area, the Circus McGurkus Cafe. There you go. Stupendous. And just all these quirky little bits of theming. You got the carousel in the back. I do love this circus tent though. I think it's great. The big tent pegs here. And of course you've got one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. If you can say that really quick, I'll give you £100. 15-minute wait time for that? Ah, had that been a walk on, I probably would have gone on it. I like the fish there, squirting all the water. Looks really nice. There he is. And some on-ride footage there then of one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, and the carousel. And not forgetting that you've also got here the Cat in the Hat. I'll tell you on this one as well. Let's go. And these guys have always really creeped me out in the queue line for this ride. Look at them. Hey, here we go then, the Cat in the Hat. There he is.
We looked and we saw him, the Cat in the Hat.
Hey!
Go away. You do not want to play. He should not be allowed when your mother is out. Why, we can have lots of good fun if you wish with a game that I call Up with a Fish. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the cat with a cup and a cake on the top of my hat.
It's such a wacky ride, this.
He fell into a pot.
Do I like this? Oh, no, I do not. I can pick up the book. You will see something new. Two things. I call them thing one and thing two.
Hey, here they are. They weren't working last time.
They should not fly kites in a house. They should not.
Oh, you're making a mess. Hey. There he is. Oh. Do you know what, it's one of those rides where you get off really not knowing what's just happened.
Your mother is near. Those masters can. They've got nothing to do. You will have to get rid of
I have absolutely no idea what's going on. I think that's Dr. Seuss in a nutshell though, isn't it?
So as fast as I could, I went after my net. I bet with my net, I can get those things yet.
Oh dear, you did not like our game. What a shame. shame.
Hey. What is going on?
Have no fear of this mess.
Said the Cat in the Hat.
I always pick up my playthings, and so I will show you another good trick that I know.
Then our mother came in and said to us to.
No.
Have any fun? Tell me, what did you do?
Should we tell her about it? Now what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you?
Please remain seated.
And there we are.
Inside the bit.
Answers on a postcard. And some on-ride footage there then of the Cat in the Hat. Nice little dark ride they've got here in Seuss's Landing. And as much as I have absolutely no idea what's going on in that ride, the fact that you can come down here later on in the day and literally jump straight on it is fantastic. Yeah, it's nice and quirky and colourful, just very, very weird. Definitely one for the kids, that one. But anyway, that brings us to the end of all the themed areas here in Islands of Adventure for 2025. There's 2 hours left of park time now. I'm going to make my way back over to Hagrid's, currently listed and on a 200-minute wait. That's 3 hours, 20 minutes. I'm going to join the single rider queue, see how long I wait. I really want to get my ride in on that tonight. And obviously, the closer it gets to night time, the bigger the queue's going to get. So let's head on over and see what happens. And here we are then, back at Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, currently listed at a 190-minute wait. Like I say, I'm going to join single rider, see how long I wait, and then we'll be wrapping up today's vlog.
Bits and bobs for doing your wizardry. That is, of course, if you know where to go.
Perhaps you are wise, keepers of truth, the ready mind of Ravenclaw, always astute. With the courageous few, the House of Gryffindor welcomes each and every one of you.
Into the Forbidden Forest.
We all have those who like to dance inside us. What matters most is the part we choose to act on. Our hearts beat as one. Hogwarts, always.
last look around the park then, and some highlights there of the show on the Hogwarts Castle, which is absolutely awesome. That brings us to the end of this vlog from Universal's Islands of Adventure. And yeah, how about that show? Really, really nice with all the projection mapping on the castle. Makes for some fantastic photo opportunities afterwards. In terms of my ride on Hagrid's, waited 80 minutes in single rider, but I tell you what, that was only because 60 minutes of those was downtime. Not quite sure what happened. It wasn't due to a storm in the area or anything like that. It just went down for the best part of an hour. So had that not happened, I would have been on that in 20 minutes. However, I was quite thankful for that though, because it meant that I got a night ride. And I'll tell you what, that ride anyway is absolutely superb. But at night, it really is special. 7 launches or boosts in that. You've got the drop track in there. It's just all the elements, the twisting, the banking, straddling obviously the bike, really hunkered down, really feeling that speed. Some whippy launches on there. I love it. You've got a backwards section as well. The only bad thing was that the Hagrid animatronic wasn't working, but otherwise an absolutely superb ride, and even better at night. So really, really happy with that. In terms of the day as a whole, it's been really good today. Operations on the whole have been pretty okay, apart from obviously the issue we had with Hagrid's right towards the end of the night. The other issues we've had have again been down to the storm, so that's no fault of the park at all. Lost quite a bit of time on the Hulk this morning due to that. However, it soon cleared up, and operations aside from that have been pretty good. Pretty slow service in the comic strip cafe for my food, I'm not going to lie about that. That was a little bit frustrating, but otherwise across the park, it's a beautiful park, this. It really, really is. So many immersive areas. All of the theme lands are great. I'd like to see the Lost Continent get a new signature attraction soon, whether it is the Zelda video game attraction where Poseidon's Fury was, or something else. Bring the stage show back. Bring something back to that area. It's beautifully well themed. It just needs something to draw people in, you know, because at the moment it's just a walk-through area, which is a shame. The rest of the areas around here though, they're glorious, and it was great to get back on some of my favorites like Hagrid's Velocicoaster, absolutely awesome. The Hulk that you can see behind me here, I mean, how glorious does it look at night with all the lighting? It really, really does look great. I always have an absolutely fantastic time when I come down to Islands of Adventure. Very, very rarely do I have anything negative to say about this park. A little bit disappointed I didn't find the time really to get on any water rides today. Jurassic Park River Adventure, Diddly-Doo rides, or Popeyes, just ran out of time. It has been again quite a busy day here at the park today, with queue times averaging around an hour to 70 minutes for the major rides here. Hagrid's topped out earlier at something ridiculous like 220 minutes for the main queue. It's always a very popular ride here, so my top tip would be get here early when the park opens and go straight for Hagrid's. Get there as fast as you can, overtake as many people as you can, get on that ride first, because you'll find that the queue times for that are pretty ridiculous throughout the day. That's been it though from here at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Make sure you follow us on all the socials. We're on Bluesky, Threads, Facebook, X, Instagram, all the socials you can think of. And do hit the thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. It really does help out the videos, especially here from the US, where they don't do so well in terms of views. Something to do with the algorithm, I'm not too sure. So yeah, any thumbs up, any comments or anything, any engagement with the video is really, really appreciated. So from here at Universal's Islands of Adventure, I want to thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy riding everybody, and I shall see you in the next video. Good night.